The Cochran Formula. The Cochran Formula is commonly used in statistical research to determine the ideal sample size when the population is large, and the research requires a margin of error within a certain confidence level. This formula ensures that the sample is representative and provides reliable estimates for population parameters. The Cochran Formula offers several advantages and disadvantages, particularly when applied in educational management, (MEM), where statistical precision is crucial for informed decision-making. Understanding both the strengths and limitations of this formula helps educational leaders use it effectively in their research and surveys. Advantages of Cochran's Formula. 1. Precise sample size calculation. The Cochran Formula provides a scientifically grounded way to determine an appropriate sample size, ensuring that the sample is large enough to be statistically significant. This helps minimize errors and bias in research conclusions. 2. Confidence level and precision. It allows researchers to specify their desired confidence level, e.g., 95%, and margin of error, ensuring that the results from the sample can be generalized to the entire population with a desired degree of accuracy. 3. Applicable to large populations. The formula is particularly useful when dealing with large populations, such as school districts or universities, where manually calculating sample sizes may not be feasible. It provides a quick way to ensure that the sample size is representative of the population. 4. Flexibility. Cochran's Formula is applicable in a variety of research settings within educational management, from evaluating teacher performance to assessing student satisfaction, ensuring flexibility in its use across different studies. Disadvantages of Cochran's Formula. 1. Assumes a known proportion. Cochran's Formula relies on an estimated population proportion, P. If this is not known, the researcher typically assumes a value of 0.5, which maximizes the required sample size. However, if the true proportion differs, this may lead to overestimation of the sample size, making the study unnecessarily large or costly. 2. Doesn't account for stratification. Cochran's Formula assumes a simple random sampling method and does not account for stratified sampling. In complex educational environments where subgroups, e.g., different grade levels or types of schools, need to be compared, a more advanced sampling technique might be necessary. 3. Inapplicability to small populations without adjustments. The formula is less effective when dealing with small populations. Although the finite population correction can adjust for small populations, the calculation becomes more complex and may still not yield an efficient sample size. 4. May overestimate the sample size. If the margin of error is set too conservatively or the population is large, Cochran's Formula might suggest a larger sample size than is practically required, leading to inefficiency and unnecessary resources spent on data collection. Application in educational management, (MEM). In educational management, (MEM), Cochran's Formula can be effectively applied in various ways. 1. Surveying teachers or students. Educational leaders can use Cochran's Formula to determine an adequate sample size for surveys aimed at evaluating teaching effectiveness, school climate, student satisfaction, or the impact of new educational programs. For example, a district leader may use it to assess teacher satisfaction with professional development opportunities. 2. Assessing policy changes. When schools or educational institutions introduce new policies, Cochran's Formula can help calculate the sample size for surveys that assess the effectiveness or reception of those policies among students, teachers, and parents. This helps leaders make data-driven decisions regarding policy refinement. 3. Program evaluation. In assessing the success of a new teaching method, curriculum, or technology tool, Cochran's Formula allows school administrators to determine a sample size large enough to provide reliable insights into its effectiveness across the entire school or district. 4. Resource allocation decisions. By using Cochran's Formula in research, educational leaders can determine the best ways to allocate resources by evaluating the needs of different student groups or evaluating the performance of specific departments. For example, it can help determine whether additional resources are needed for a particular grade level or subject area. Conclusion. In MEM, Cochran's Formula is an invaluable tool for educational leaders who need to make evidence-based decisions, ensuring that research findings are reliable and applicable to a larger population. By understanding both the advantages and disadvantages of Cochran's Formula, educational managers can apply it effectively in various contexts, thereby enhancing the overall management and quality of educational programs.